Well, good morning. Noise central out here today. At the moment, because I've just turned, I've got the fan on, I've got the air conditioner on, I've got the air compressor building air, I've got that fan on. Just try and cool the place down a little bit. It's not overly hot, but it's going to get hot. But I wanted to machine some more this morning before we've got a big storm coming, so I'm going to start machining. I'm not going to film it, you've already seen it, so I'm just going to get the rest of these done. When it comes time to facing them, I'll bring you back. Stay tuned, folks. Righto. Oh, hang on, let me zoom you out. Righto, I've got them all machined. It's about an hour and a half later. This started jumping out of gear, so I fixed it. So, I was going to change the jaws over and skim these, but I was also going to put these in and just see how far out they are, and maybe just take a skim off the outside. But I don't know, I think I might leave that. Might leave that until after I've machined. Oh, no, because I've still got to face them. Alright. I should be able to. I don't know if I can hold them in the 3-jaw. I might have to put the 4-jaw in, which won't be a problem if I've got to face them. Doesn't matter if they're out a little bit. I can hold it sort of the jaws, you know, up against there and there and there and there. It's sort of even on both sides. So. These ones will be fine. I'll just put the reverse jaws in, the external jaws. Yeah, I still can't get over the quality of that's. I showed a mate of mine, Fugly, yesterday, and he said there's no way on earth that was laser cut. Not a chance in the world. So I'm going to ring the guy. I've got him off next week when everyone goes back, and find out if I was charged any extra for the laser cutting, and if I was, I want the money back. Because really, it's not acceptable, is it? I mean, it's given me a shit ton more machining, basically, which is fine, but it puts back the timeline then, doesn't it? So, you know, I'm going to have to spend probably 2 weeks machining these. By the time I face all these, which is probably all I'm going to get done today, if that. Then I've got to face these, then I've got to machine these out, so I can get my sharp edges, you know, to get rid of that round edge there. So what I was going to do is put them in and just put a locator, 2 locators, and have it so that it cuts. Hang on, let me get something flat. Oh, there we go. I'll just use my verniers so that it cuts like that. So I can put the end mill in the corner and just machine straight out. So that should pull them all right, and then what I'll do is I'm trying to work out whether I should face them first. Face them and then do the teeth, because then I'll have to put them in and then just check the run out on the outside, or machine the insides here. No, because these I've only just got to touch them up with a file, or I might get the Dremel out and put them on here. So I'll do the outside first, that'll give me something to locate to. As you can see, it's only just, and they're all like that, so it's not going to take much at all. You know what? Give me a minute. I might put some on, just see if I can do it now. I want most of all just check it to make sure that it's not out of centre, you know. There's my dog. Goes off his brain. Doesn't like the garbage truck at all. Loses his furry little mind, he does. Alright, give me a second. Alright, now I've got those mounted. I just actually use the rotary burr on my die grinder and just clean them up a little. But as you can see, they're out a little. I'll move that out of the road. Just a little. You can see it hit on 3 teeth, but looking across the top of it, I think I might just see if I can get a skim and get them all to clean up. They don't need to be much. If one cleans up 4 or 5 mil, one might clean up for 2 or 3 mil, one might clean up for 1 mil. As long as they're all the same diameter, because ultimately when they're bolted up and they spin around, they're going to be sort of within half a mil of hitting those. So they've got to be pretty close. So I'll see how I go with this one. If it works out, I'll bring you back and I'll show you doing the next lot. So I think I might do that while I've got this mandrel in the lathe, so stay tuned. Alright, I've got that done, and you can see they're a little bit out but not a lot. And you can see like the chatter on the teeth, but they should be pretty right. And because there's not a hole that come off, I've got a 0. I've had to try and adjust this because this whole thing was bouncing. I've adjusted it, it doesn't bounce but it still moves. And it's tight to move, so it is what it is. But that should be okay, I think. See, look, that's going to take a hell of a bloody cut to get rid of that. So this one here seems to be back just a little bit. And that one. See, that should be fine when I machine them out. And I had a thought, since I managed to get them to fit on that mandrel and they're not overly loose, I think I might avoid machining the internals because it's just way too much work, to be honest with you. There's 24 of each, so that's 48. I've got to machine the holes out. Once I take a little bit out with the rotary burr, it seems to go on fairly good. And if I can secure them tight enough onto the shaft, or worst case, when I assemble the shafts, I might be able to get them into the lathe and then take a light skim off the outside to bring all the teeth together. It's like the same size. I don't know if I'll fit it in there. I think I might actually. Might just fit. So when I do the shafts, I'm going to drill a centre in each end, so if I need to hold it in the lathe. Well, I'm going to have to, because I've got to machine the square end down for the bearing. And the round end I've got to, well, it's okay, it's 40 mil, so it'll fit. And that might save me having to buy a new bar as well, so I think that's going to work. Well, I think. We'll have to see what happens when I start machining, when I machine the square down off the round bar, but I think it's going to be fine. So I'll get these out and I'll put the next lot in, and then I'll bring you back for a look. Yeah, it's not 100%, but you know, it is what it is. Stand by. So that'll be the same as the other one. Still didn't clean up very well there. You can see that there. I'll let them move around. Right there. But if I took more of this one now, I'm going to have to do it on that one again, so I'm not going to. But once I machine this out, I should square that up. So it's still, it's smaller. That back, this one here is smaller than the rest of it. It's bloody annoying. Or actually it's not it's smaller, it's off centre. Alright. Seems to finish better too when you take that spring cut just a little. You can definitely see where it was flame hardened. You can actually see around the edge there. I don't know, I'll try and zoom in on the video. You can see, if you zoom in. Just there. Now I'm just going to touch them up with the die grinder. Usually it's just one side, this side, and it's those two there. It's not that one or that one. It's these two. Just, I don't know if you can see it, but they're round. They're not even flat. That's why they're catching. So from what I can gather, talking to people, the biggest issue with this was in the program for the CNC plasma cutter. It wasn't laser cut. There was no lead in or lead out. They just start. That's why every single one of them has got shit like that and like that. They've just started the plasma. I don't know which side had all the slag on it. It was this side. They started because the slag was underneath, and they've just the plasma's just started straight away. Normally what they do is they'd have a lead in, so it'd blow the hole here and then come out and proceed to come around. But there's no lead in on that, they've just started it, and I'd say that's what's happened here. And apparently it was running too fast. Talking to people, they said the way it is, where underneath where the slag was, is where all of the round bottoms are. So when it goes too fast, the stream of plasma moves because it doesn't have time to cut, or it's not slow enough to cut straight. It bends the plasma stream. So anyway, I'll get these all fitted and we'll bring you back. Right here, let's go. So that's on 0. So I'll wind it back, turn, get him going and see how we go. That's not real square, but it's even worse. It's not sitting on that shoulder. Come on. See that? Little tiny bird that I left on there. That's all it is. And that's all it takes. That's still wobbling. What the hell is wrong with that? Seriously, I'm over this bloody shit that I've been sent. This really shouldn't have to be done. Should not have to. Come on. Steel was cut the way it was supposed to be. Be well into making the shaft for it right now. Let's see how that goes. Oh, for fuck's sake. I think it's just the steel. I guess it's sitting flat. I just took the spring cut. Yeah, I've got them all the teeth have had some off to bring it all back to these ones here a little bit. There you go, but alright. Oh jeez, look at that. Holy shit. There's a lot to come out of that one. Anyway, I'll get the rest of these done and we'll come back and have a look. No need to bore you. Got all of these done, and what I've done is I've turned the jaws around and I just faced one. That's all I'm going to do today, just for a try. Works okay. I've just got to get the mic out once it cools down and measure it, make sure. I think at the moment with the vernier it says it's about 0.0405 out, but that's, you know, a thousandth of an inch. I can live with that. But the problem is, these won't fit in the 3-jaw. If I reverse the jaws on the 4-jaw, it may fit. I'll have to get it out and have a look. Otherwise I'm going to be screwed, because I really do have to machine those. Because they're 11, that was 11.3 I think that measured up. And they're 12.3, so I've got to take half a mil off each side of those. And that's only taking 1/4 of a mil off each side of those. And I'm going to have to change the gearing in that too, it's too slow. So, but I'll be next time, maybe tomorrow, I don't know. Tomorrow's Saturday, see what happens. But anyway, till we come back again, stay tuned. Well, good morning. another day. It's Monday now. I was going to come out here Saturday, but had stuff I needed to get done inside the house, so stayed there and did that. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to change the feed on the back of that lathe, and then I'm going to probably put this one back in. No, I won't. I'm going to go through and I'll face all of those just on one side, and I'm going to try and set a stop so I can bring it down and do them all exactly the same thickness. I think that one's about not far off 11. I might bring that down. That face there is not very nice. I'll have to change the tip in that boring bar. Bring it down. Once I do the second side, I'll bring it down to 11 mil. Yeah, so I can set it and get them all exactly the same, hopefully. And I was thinking before, worst case scenario, if I'm out a little bit, I'll get some shims. You get, like, even say 5 thou shims, 5 thou, whatever that is, 0.06 of a mil, something like that. Then I'll put the 4-jaw in and see how we go getting those. I suspect because they're all the same size, I can just grab the opposite because they're even number of teeth, so there and there, there and there. So I should be able to hold them enough to face them as well. Yeah, so, and I'm going to redo, I was looking on the Hare & Forbes website, I'm going to redo all of my tooling when my money comes through. New lathe, new mill, new tooling. So I'll be able to do things a little bit more efficiently. I'm looking forward to that. But like I said, I'll just have to see if I've got any new tips for that boring bar. I'll speed it up, speed the feed up. These ones are going to be the hard ones because of their hardness. So, and I need to have the feed going just a little bit faster than what I normally do. Okay, that's too slow. On that stuff, it'll just wear the front straight off the cutter. So I'll get set up and I'll get started on these. When I've done one side on all of these, I'll bring you back and we'll have a yak. Stay tuned. Okay, now I've got all these faced on one side. That one, that's on the cube. What I've done is I've put this back in and faced it because this was almost pretty much the same size as these were with only one side faced. But I only took minimum off this, so I put it back in, took 0.3 off the other side, which is roughly what I've been taking off them. And what I've done is, I've got that bit of bar. Now people are going to say, oh Jesus, you've got vice grips on your lathe bed, but the carriage doesn't go that far down. What I've done is I've machined that, I've locked that up tight. So all I've got to do is wind it down to touch that, and they should all be exactly the same friggin' size. I measured that with the mic, I've got my mics out. It's 0.02 out overall, which would be probably this. So 0.02 is half a thousandth of an inch, so I think I can wear that one. So what I'm going to do now is I'll put you in the stand, I'll just machine a couple and we'll check the sizes out. Just hang on a sec. Right, see how we go there. It's a bit hard trying to get you into a position where you can see what's going on, but and we'll get this out of your way. That makes it a bit better. This is where I just need to be gentle to start with. Righto, let's do it. that probably hasn't cleaned up as much as I would have liked it to, but it's a clean up. Yeah, it's sort of, it's only a B dick over 11. Like it's only about 0.04, 05. Let me measure this one again. I don't know if you can see that. There we go, it's 11.04. I think I checked it on this side. That's at 11.01. I mean, this bite is probably not right either. That says 06. These are cheap, nasty eBay micrometers, so you buy crap, this is what you get, crap. You see, this should be pretty bloody close to the same size. A little bit over. I'd have to just take another booze noodle off that one. It's not much, but we'll see. The problem, the thing I'm worried about is if I unlock this now, it'll jump. I know it's going to jump. What I'll do is I'll unlock it. Doesn't really feel like it's locking much up. Well, let me clean that. Make sure it all swarf out of there each time. Take this right out. I can't really, even if that's a bit less than 11 now, that won't matter. Because I've got to make them all the same size, basically. But the less I machine off these, the less I have to machine off the others. So that says, and so this mic is really shit, because I just machined that and now it's showing me that it's bigger than what it was before I started. That's really showing nothing to take off. And therein, ladies and gentlemen, is the reason why this machine pisses me off. It says 11.11. The other side 11.13. Around here, oops, 11.09 or 11.1. There we go. So might leave it at that, I think. And you know what? I'm not going to stuff around. I might put this one back in and just do this one at the new measurement. Because this one's not real flat this side. I think that might have been where I was frigging with the lock on that slide, so I'm going to leave that. It's just like the rest of this lathe, everything moves where it's not supposed to. What happens, shall we? what I'm going to do, because there's something not right, each one I'm going to mark. I'm going to mark that jaw, and I'm going to mark that. So if I've got to put them back in, they go back in exactly the same way. Right, now that's going to be our standard. It's going to have to be. So taking out and measure. With any luck, it'll be a little bit better. Let's see. That says 11.02. I don't know if you can see that on there. Come around a bit. 11.01. 11. So it's half a thousand, 0.02 out. That's the way we want it. Right, I'm just gonna, what I'll do is, I've got to deburr all of these before I put them in, because you can't really get in close enough with the jaws. So what I'll do is I'll do that, I'll machine the rest of these up, and I'll bring you back when we're ready to move forward. Stay tuned. Righto, that's them all done. And most of them sort of plus or minus about 0.05. So I can live with that. So what I've done, as you can see, made a friggin' mess. I put the fore jaw on, and I've got that one in. Now, I've got it fairly well lined up. I'm gonna, let's see, what am I, just nice and steady, at 300 RPM. I don't know how well this is going to machine it, because that, I've got no more tips. And that one was doing not too bad with the mild steel, but let me put you in the camera. I'll try and get it over my shoulder so you can see what's going on. Now I'm only going to skim this one, and I'm only going to come out as far as I can, whatever's left. Or even if I might come out this far. And then put them on the mandrel later. Yeah, I'm going to try and work out how I'm going to do that. Yeah, anyway. Oh, no, I'm going to have to try and come out, because when I turn them around, I want to be able to get them parallel. Now you can't trust the centre of these because they're bowed from the heat. I found that out with the spacers. Let me put you in the stand, and we'll just have a quick shot at this and see what happens. Righto, that's about as best I can get you. Just because it's how close I am to this work. But we'll just give it a whirl. Like I said, I'm only going to do one cut, just to see. What are we? That helps if I put it in here. There we go. Oh. I stopped that because I was too hard to concentrate and film at the same time. That's not working. It must be pushing it away. It's doing something, because hang on. I don't know if you can see that. Let me zoom in. See the gap? You see where it starts. When it gets to the outside, see it's touching. Now let me just turn that over, have a look at the other side. Yeah, see, look. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go inside and order some more tips. I might even order some more tooling. I'll need new tooling for the new lathe, because there's no way I'm going to use this teeny ass 12mm shit. Maybe one of these fine. If I've got a tip for that, which I should have, might be able to face them with that rather than the boring bar turned like that. I knew this was going to be a trouble, but anyway, we'll work it out. It's just pushing the tool away. I don't want to go any deeper than that because I don't want to bowed. So I want to be able to bolt that in somewhere or put it in the vise and just machine it without the whole thing. And I had the longitudinal travel just nipped up. I didn't have it locked up fully, and I've locked up the compound slide, so yeah, I think the tool might be just a little bit too blunt to machine this hard stuff, so I'm going to go inside. And usually with hair and forms, if I ordered it now, it would probably be here tomorrow. They're very, very good, because it's not 1 o'clock yet. They're very good when you order stuff like that. Usually I get it the next day. So I can't really do much more to these until I can machine them properly, you know, like these ones are fine. You can see, and they're fine. But because this is the grade of this, I'm going to go do a little bit. I've got to get some lunch because I'm starving. Haven't had anything to eat today yet, so I'm going to go and have some lunch. And order some tools. Might order some more tips for this. That way I can machine them a little bit more successfully. Yeah, it's a little bit of a concern, but so the other alternative, I just had a thought, and I do that sometimes. I do have thoughts. If I bolt these onto the mandrel, put the mandrel back in the lathe, bolt them onto the mandrel and just face from where the clamp is out, then I can turn them up, put them in the, and sit them flat up against the jaws. But I said I've got to get new tooling because that tip not sharp enough. I've got no more, and yeah, I don't want to destroy these. It cost me enough as it was. So anyway, I'm going to take this in and edit it and get it uploaded. So thanks for hanging around, and until next time, as always, stay safe. Peace.